Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Trekkie. So, today I'm not doing a review, I'm not doing an examination, I'm not doing a bootleg edition. What am I doing today, you might ask? What I'm doing today is I'm going to be answering a few questions that has been asked to me, submitted to me through different platforms and everything like that. Excuse me. For people trying to figure out, how I got started, a little bit about me and things like that. And I guess I don't mind answering a few of those questions. So I kind of got together 10 of them that I thought would give a better image of Trek canon outside this particular box, man. And, let's see if we could get to know each other, man. And that's what this particular video is about. So, right off the bat, I just want to tell everybody happy Thanksgiving. Hope the families are getting together safely, nicely, serenely, without all the chaos and everything about everything in the world is separating everything like that. Hopefully everybody is sitting down together, man, enjoying a turkey or vegan turkey or greens or sweet potatoes, toast greens, sweet potatoes, ham, chicken. Anyway, so hopefully everybody's gonna have a great Thanksgiving, man, and a safe Thanksgiving, and make it to places and from places the way that they left them. So, um, I guess I'll start with number one, man. Where am I from? I am from Chicago, Illinois, and you're here in a nice place of the United States of America. Now, I noticed I did have some viewers that were overseas, some places like Canada and some places like Australia, and I didn't even know that a brother had made it way over yonder, man. But I appreciate everybody, from those areas, the homies from the down under watching and everything like that. So, let me see, how did I get into sci-fi? So, well, that's super easy. My dad got me into sci-fi, like all good dads should. So, my dad watched everything that had to do with sci-fi, old sci-fi, man. So, man, from everything from old Battlestar Galactica, man, old Lost in Space, all the old black and white flicks, Outer Limits, all those types of things. I sat there with him, and one of the things that he used to watch was the original Star Trek faithfully. So back in those days, man, there wasn't any streaming. Things just came on TV. Man, you had to get the TV guide, open it up, figure out what when it was going to be coming on and stuff like that. And we'll all gather in front of the TV as a family and check it out. So, what is my favorite book? Ooh, my favorite book. My favorite book will probably bounce in between The Vampire Lestat. The Vampire Lestat or Memnock the Devil. It'll bounce between those two from Anne Rice. Um, I've read some other books, well, quite a lot of other books, but I think as far as my favorite story, and because I really love vampires, people, I really love vampires. My favorite story would probably be Memnock the Devil or The Vampire Lestat. Okay, so what is my favorite story? Hmm. Okay, favorite story is different from favorite book. All right, my favorite story. My favorite story would probably be Allegory of the Cave or The Night Face Up. And the reason is because they deal with perception. All right. So I love a good story that deals with perception and altering perceptions or exceeding perceptions or, things like that. I love when something can appear one way, but underneath the surfaces and everything like that is something totally different, I really like that. I really like a story that's like that. So, what is my favorite Trek and why? Oh, come on. Everybody who watches my channel will know this. My favorite Star Trek series by far is Deep Space Nine. All right. And I could be simplistic when I say, well, the reason that is because, they got a black captain, I'm a black sci-fi guy. I can see myself in Cisco, but that's kind of secondary. The reason that Deep Space Nine is my favorite Trek is because of its maturity, its storytelling, its world building. Until Deep Space Nine, we didn't really get too much into the Ferengi, So, for instance, so or the Trill, So Deep Space Nine was really good. Even though they had Ro come on, the first time you seen a Bajoran was on Star Trek: The Next Generation. But um, them getting into Bajor and the things that happened with the Cardassian and occupation, all of that happened in Deep Space Nine. It was so much that was added to canon with Deep Space Nine. So let me see. Do I watch other sci-fi? Oh man, look, people get it twisted that just because the name of the series, name of my channel is Trek Canon, that I only know or deal with Star Trek. That's not true. For this channel, yes, but I know all sci-fi. Excuse me again. I had to go die for a moment. No, I'm just joking. But I watch all kinds of other sci-fi. I watch, man, from the most obscure sci-fi movies or sci-fi series, man, things like Extro or Lex, all the way up to the most known sci-fi, so the Battlestar Galacticas, the Fringes, the SG-1s, the Atlantis. I am a lover of sci-fi, you know. What is my favorite genre? Now, this is probably going to trip everybody out. Sci-fi is not my favorite genre. It is my second favorite genre. My first favorite genre, horror. I love an outstanding horror story. Let me tell you something. A horror movie and a sci-fi movie, I'm going to debate for a minute, but most likely I'm going to go into the horror movie. So I guess I should say that not only sci-fi, but I'm a great batch of Bastillion of knowledge for horror as well. So why did I start this channel? That's an outstanding question. Two reasons. The first reason is, like I've said in some prior videos, I used to be with someone who loves sci-fi as well, and we used to bounce so much off of each other when we was watching all different kinds of sci-fi, and it was some very interesting conversations that brother get used to. So after we had separated, I decided that I would still like to have these interactions, and everything like that. But it's kind of hard to find somebody who's really into science fiction. They don't be like nerd. But um, so one of the reasons I made this channel was to interact and be able to talk about the things that were on my mind when it came to sci-fi and different ideas and epiphanies, stuff like that. The second reason is because I used to watch. I subscribe to several Star Trek channels, and over time I had noticed that not only were they deviating from canon, okay, but a lot of personal viewpoints or personal um, assertions, that really deviated from what the impact and what the intent of the story was. They started going that way. A perfect example, and I bring it up several times on my channel, is I used to really, really love Lore Reloaded as far as his analysis of Star Trek. But then even he started getting really, really political and started talking about, let me tell you something. If I hear the following things in any video that I watch, I will immediately turn it off into something else. All right. If I hear these following things: conservative, uh, uh, the left or the right, woke, uh, uh, any of those types of synonyms, any of those types of phrases, I will turn it off. Why? Because we get into science fiction to get away from, those types of things. All right. And the basis of science fiction, especially the science fiction that I have come to love, has always been about inclusion. All right. Has always been diverse. So I don't know what they're talking about now. Well, not always been diverse, but it's been sci-fi has always been progressive in that field. Okay. Even back in the 60s and things like that. So I don't really be knowing what they're talking about, and they be like, oh man, we had the first transgender person in sci-fi. No, we didn't. We had the first interracial kiss, or the first this, just recently. No, we didn't. You know what I mean? We had the first, diverse crew and strong women characters, and No, we didn't. So I wanted to devote my channel specifically to canon. You know what I mean? Like, and kind of get a lot of my personal feelings out of it. I wanted to explain Star Trek or whatever I decided to talk about in the vein of its intent. Minus all of the politics and you know indoctrinations and all that kind of stuff. So, best first officer and why? All right. This is a trick question. It's a trick question. I have two Star Trek favorite first officers, and to me, they're so similar yet so different. All right, and I'm gonna explain what it is. Spock and Kira Nerys. All right, we have Spock, who's emotionless. We have Kira, who's super emotional. All right, she has a temper. All right, but that to me, that's as far as their differences go. Captain Spock was fiercely loyal to Kirk. Kira became fiercely loyal to Cisco. All right, you don't fight Spock. You don't fight Kira. All right. Um, both of them intelligent, capable, tacticians. Both of them religious. Yes, Spock was religious. Look at some of the movies that Spock was in, and some of the shots that they have of his chambers, of his room. All right, Spock is usually in his robe. He's sitting down meditating. And who is he meditating to? All right, what was his name? Savick? I mean, no, Sarek? No, no, no. He was an old Vulcan man who brought about the religion of logic. All right. So, and we already know Kira. She's with the Bajorans. With the prophets. She loves the prophets and she worships them as their god, as a god. So there's so much overlap between Kira and Spock that they are my favorite first officer. All right. So, Seven or Dax. So 7 of 9, who is I like to affectionately refer to as 6 of 9. Anyway, 7 of 9 are Dax. Oh man, I'm gonna have to say Dax. Why? Why? Because Dax, although she is super intelligent, wise, beautiful, sexy. Let me tell you why. Dax seems like she would have way more fun, at a party with you, personal interactions and everything like that than Seven would. Seven eventually would have, learned how to get back into all of that, but Dax to me is just so much more personable than Seven. So I'm gonna have to go with Dax, Jadzia Dax. So that was the 10 questions that excuse me again. That was the 10 questions that um, you know I've chose from out of the questions that I had got from a few of my subscribers and Facebook friends and everything on the Trek Cannon. Oh, by the way, Facebook, man, got my Trek Cannon station going on over there. I got me over there on Twitter. Got me over there on what's one TikTok, TikTok it. So got some shorts on over there. So also, it was recommended that I put my symbol. The crest that you guys see at the beginning of the video is basically a family crest. All right. It's about 4 or 5 different versions of that based on which sun that particular crest is applied to. But yeah, it's a Klingon thing, man. It's a Klingon thing. But it was recommended that I start putting it on some merch, man. And I'm like, wait, hold up. My channel is just talking about Star Trek, man. Why we selling stuff, man? We just talking. Why we doing the commercial? We just talking about Star Trek. But it would be actually cool, man, to see some people in the crest and everything like that. It's a lot of meaning and everything to it. And one day I may break it down to particular segments and how they all come together to form the symbol that you guys see at the beginning of the videos. Now, what's upcoming for me? Of course, I got to do the Discovery review today. I'm gonna get around to that. I have to still talk about Tim Elburn, man, and Tim, man. I still need to do that. Like, It's the last thing I need to do. And this one that I'm really excited about, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do it, because I don't want to do it the same way I did the Borg versus the Dominion video. All right, I wanted to do it like if I had, hey, Tier Zoo, man, Death Battle, listen up, get with a brother. I got a perfect idea of what I would like. Look, check this out. The Angosian Super. So this was recommended to me by one of my subscribers, and is I've been wanting to get to it for like months, but other things have been coming up. But it's the Angosian Super Soldiers versus the Jem'Hadar. Now, if you guys don't know who the Angosian Super Soldiers are, you guys should at least know this name, Roga Danar. All right, he should be enough. Me saying Roga Danar to you guys should be enough for you guys to be like, I know exactly who you're talking about, Trek Cannon. So, I thought that that would be such a great matchup between the Angosian Super Soldiers and the Jem'Hadar. That would, let me tell you why. Just a little tidbit. Now, the Jem'Hadar can cloak. All right. The Angosian Super Soldiers are invisible to all biological scanning devices. Oh, okay. So, one is bred to fight. One is genetically engineered to fight with a disposition of a short temper. They're both outstanding tacticians. However, only one of those groups was ever able to outsmart the Enterprise while Data was in charge. Let me say that again. He was able to outsmart the Enterprise while Data was in charge of it. All right. This is the Angosian Super Soldier Roga Danar. All right. So I want to get to that video. I think that's probably going to be the next video I do, but I wanted to do it with a comparison, man, versus type thing, man, the way Tier-Zoo or somebody like Death Battle would do it, but I know they too big for a brother like me, man. But if for some reason you guys hear this video, get with a brother. Get with a brother. Come on, man. Put some color in y'all videos, man. No, I'm just joking. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. Stay tuned for any future content, like I said today or sometime tomorrow morning, because y'all know how buffering and all that kind of stuff goes. I'm going to drop the video for Discovery Episode 2. All right. And sometime in the next few days, my breakdown of Tin Man and Loneliness. Okay. So, once again, thank you guys. Please subscribe if you haven't. Ring the bell for any new future content. And as always, peace, recycle, and say the whales. You guys be cool.